Hi, Dave from Informed American here, talking to all of you. Apologies for stumbling over my words there in the intro, because I'm really just a bit shocked by this massive, absolutely massive explosion over or in Beirut, Lebanon. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see this. Right now, it's kind of exploding all over social media and all over the news. If you've had a chance to see this, I've got a couple of videos here if you haven't, or if you just want to just see it again, because it's unbelievable. I don't know if I've seen anything quite like this. We got a story here from BBC News. Of course, many injured. As it is not yet clear what caused the explosion in the port area of the city. Video post shows a large mushroom cloud that destroyed many buildings. Of course, hospitals are overwhelmed with casualties. And it says it comes at a sensitive time with the country's economic collapse reigniting old tensions. I don't know if it, I mean, I'm not an expert on Lebanon, but it doesn't seem like they've had good times since maybe the 1970s. And also some interesting timing as well. It says tensions are also high ahead of the verdict in a trial over the killing of ex-PM Rafik Hariri in 2005. A UN tribunal is due to issue its verdict in the trial of four suspects in the murder. A murder by car bomb of Harari on Friday. So on Friday there's going to be a verdict on this murder. Again, I don't know the ins and outs of Lebanese politics, but of course we know they were gripped by a long civil war. You have Hezbollah, which is backed by Iran, basically an Iranian militia. Although some would say it's just simply part of the government. And then of course you have Israel there, with dealing with, of course they are the enemy of Hezbollah. For the funding that they give in Gaza Strip and the West Bank, I believe, for the Palestinians. So it's of course a powder keg. So with that, if you have not seen the video, let's just hit this first explosion. I mean, I got three videos here. None of them show any no casualties, nothing like that. Just the explosion itself. So let's take a look at the first video. I mean, unreal. Unreal. It looks like a nuclear bomb goes off, or a mini nuke. I think that was maybe the first fear. Now, as I'm looking around Twitter trying to follow this thing here before I came on, there's a report that this may have been a fireworks depot. Okay, I mean, that seems, I mean, I don't know what kind of, maybe the Lebanese are really big into their fireworks. That could be, but that seems like, I mean, let's just look at this again. This seems really big for some fireworks. Now, again, I could be wrong. We'll see. Now, there's some suggestions that, of course, this is going to, well, we're always in an information war. And as I've been saying for many days, everything is fake and you don't know who to believe. And you're even told many times to not believe your own lying eyes. But, the suggestion here is a, fireworks depot is maybe maybe a wink and a nod. This could be, there's a suggestion that this port area is controlled by Hezbollah, and maybe they had an arms accident. And it certainly seems like, and I don't know, look at this second one. Now, are these fireworks, or is this bullets or some other armaments going off? I don't know. I methat's a lot. Again, that's a hell of a lot of fireworks. And then here we go. Finally, here this is the aftermath. I've got the volume really low because there's this ear-piercing sound, but just look at this devastation. Look at this, guys. I mean, this is awful. Awful. I mean, people there, I mean, everyone seems okay, at least that we can see, but obviously shaken, and some injuries, certainly. I mean, look at this. This is rubble. This looks like a war zone. Absolute devastation in Beirut, Lebanon. Now, here we are in the information war, and if you scroll on Twitter, it's Israel versus Hezbollah. Hezbollah is apparently, if it's true that this was a Hezbollah-controlled port area or something, then they will blame Israel, or Israel will blame Hezbollah or something. So I hope. My first thoughts are, I just feel awful for everybody in that city having to deal with this right now. That is absolutely number one, and hopefully, I mean, there's got to be a lot of dead and hurt people. So let's hope that the casualty count isn't super high. But this is just insane. Number two, let's just hope it was fireworks, I guess, because what it could be worse, leading into another war or something like that. And that's really my second thought there, is that whatever happened, whatever the cause of this was, I don't want to get involved. That's my thought. We've got enough to deal with, at least in terms of American help or presence or something like that. Getting dragged into another Mideast theater or something like that over something that could potentially be, and we hope not, but could potentially be a terrorist attack. Look, we're dealing with COVID. We've got millions of people out of work. We've already gone through this rigmarole with Iraq and Afghanistan, and now we're finally pulling people out. The last thing this country needs to do is to get dragged into another Mideast war. Those are my thoughts. I'd love to know what you think. I mean, have you guys heard more than, have you heard anything else? This is a very rapidly developing story, so go ahead and comment down below. Let me know your reaction to these videos. This is just absolutely crazy, and that's certainly my reaction. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like this before. And of course, everyone has a cell phone, so now these things get as a smartphone, these things get captured, whereas they might not otherwise be. Just crazy devastation in Beirut. So I'd love to know what you think. Do you think this was a fireworks depot? Do you think this was something that Hezbollah did? Was this an attack ahead of the announcement of the verdict for the killing of the ex-prime minister? What is going on in Lebanon? What do you guys think? And do you agree with me? Of course we mourn the dead, and we hope that as few people as possible are hurt. But the last thing this country needs is to get dragged into some other fight. So I'd love to know what you think about that. Go ahead and comment down below. And of course, head on over to informedamerican.com, where you can get real smart news in your inbox every single day. Of course, remember as well, everything is fake.